1. 1963 Ford Galaxy 500, $9,000, Fairchance, Pennsylvania. Here we've got a true early 60s icon, the 1963 Ford Galaxy 500 two-door coupe. This one's rocking a 390 cubic inch V8 paired with a 3-speed manual on the column, which is becoming rarer to find these days. It's finished in a striking red exterior with a matching red interior, giving it that classic all-American cruiser vibe. The seller mentions it's had some recent love, including a new dual exhaust system and a Holley snapper kit to keep that big block breathing strong. While the description is simple, cars like this speak for themselves. The long, wide body lines, the chrome trim, and the unmistakable presence of a Galaxy 500 make it an absolute standout at any local show or cruise night. With the right touch, you could keep this one mostly original and enjoy it as a nostalgic weekend driver. Or if you're the type who loves a project, you've got a great canvas for customization. At $9,000, it's a pretty attractive entry point into full-sized Ford muscle of the early 60s. 2. 1968 Chrysler New Yorker sedan, $8,000, Fredericksburg, Virginia. Next up is a 1968 Chrysler New Yorker, a big, bold luxury sedan with some serious performance under the hood. This one's packing a 440 Ci big block with the factory TNT package, which already makes it special. The engine's been upgraded with a mild cam, Edelbrock carburetor, and Protronics electronic ignition, paired with dual flow masters, so you know it's going to sound just right. Power runs through a 727 torque flight transmission with a Stage 2 shift kit, and it rides on 15-inch Keystone wheels with fresh tires. The body looks to be in great shape with little to no rust, and the vinyl wrap top adds to that late 60s luxury look. Inside, the front seat does have some rips, but both rows are covered in classic Mexican blankets, which give it a cool, old-school cruiser vibe. It's even got a modern Pioneer Scar audio system to keep you entertained. Chryslers from this era don't always get the spotlight like Mopar muscle cars, but this New Yorker has both the style and the performance. For someone who wants a powerful, comfortable classic under $10,000, this is a seriously tempting option. 3. 1968 Buick Riviera, $9,000, Sykesville, Maryland. Here's something special, a 1968 Buick Riviera in remarkably original condition. This car is all about sophistication and muscle blended together. Under the hood is a numbers-matching 430 cubic inch V8, factory rated at 360 horsepower with a Rochester quadrajet carburetor and dual exhaust. It's paired with the correct TH400 automatic transmission, and yes, it's all numbers matching. What makes this car so appealing is its originality. It's been garage kept since 1980, never restored, but very well preserved. You're still looking at the original glass, original sheet metal, and even the correct buckskin tan paint that's held up beautifully for its age. It also features those unmistakable hideaway headlights, chrome Buick rally wheels, and a classy tan bucket seat interior with a center console. Mechanically, it's had recent servicing, including a new gas tank, fresh fluids, and ignition work to run smoothly on today's fuel. The seller notes it runs great on 87 octane, but if you really want to unlock its full potential, 93 octane with some timing advance will make it sing. This Riviera is often called the gentleman's muscle car, and it's easy to see why. It has the power, the looks, and the presence, but with a refined, almost luxury feel. At $9,000, it's a great buy for someone who wants originality and style wrapped in one package.
4. 1967 Ford Mustang Coupe two-door, $8,000, Falling Waters, West Virginia. You can't talk classic cars without mentioning the Mustang. And here's a 1967 Mustang Coupe that's looking for the right new owner. This one comes with a 289 V8 and a 3-speed manual transmission, and while it does run and drive, it's definitely more of a project than a ready-to-go driver. The fuel system is mostly complete, but it needs some tuning, rear brake work, electrical repairs, suspension attention, and importantly, significant rust repair. The seller mentions the floors seem solid, but the rails are in rough shape. So if you're looking for a restoration project, this car could be exactly what you want. The cool part? The engine has performance upgrades from a previous owner, and it shows. The car launches hard and has a mean exhaust note. The seller even offers to let serious buyers take it for a quick lap around his property to feel that power for themselves. At $8,000, this Mustang is priced with room for negotiation. And while it's not a car you'll drive home today, it's an authentic '67 pony car, ready for someone with the skills and passion to bring it back to life. Five, 1969 Plymouth Valiant, $8,000, Boyd, Wisconsin. And finally for this batch, we've got a 1969 Plymouth Valiant, an underrated Mopar that makes a great driver. This particular one isn't a show car, but that's part of its charm. It's built to be fun, affordable, and reliable. Under the hood, you'll find Chrysler's trusty 225 Slant 6 engine, but this one's been given a bit more attitude. It's running a 4-barrel Edelbrock carburetor and headers, which give it a throatier sound and a little extra pep compared to stock. The seller notes it sounds great, and these Slant 6 engines are known for their durability and ease of maintenance. The body and paint aren't perfect, but this is the type of car you can actually drive and enjoy without worrying too much about every scratch or ding. It's a great option for someone who wants a Mopar experience without the high price tag of a Charger, Cuda, or Roadrunner. At $8,000, this Valiant represents a chance to own a classic, fun-to-drive car that stands out from the crowd. And it's proof that you don't need a massive budget to get behind the wheel of something cool from the late 60s. 6, 1965 Ford Thunderbird, $9,000, Bethel Park, Pennsylvania. Here's a great example of mid-60s personal luxury, the 1965 Ford Thunderbird. This one comes in a clean white exterior with a burgundy interior, which really suits the car's stylish, upscale design. Mechanically, it's in very good shape. The seller notes it's had a lot of recent work. A new alternator, master cylinder, fresh brakes and lines, a rebuilt carburetor, and even a new radiator. Structurally, it's had new metal quarters and rockers installed, which is a huge plus since rust repair on these cars can be extensive. The power convertible top works well thanks to new hydraulic lines, a fresh pump, and new relays. Inside, the interior needs finishing touches and a bit of minor work, but overall, this T-Bird is in solid condition. With its iconic jet age styling, wrap-around rear seat, and plenty of chrome, it's the kind of car that makes a statement wherever you take it. For $9,000, this T-Bird is a perfect mix of style, comfort, and vintage flair. A personal luxury cruiser you can still get into without breaking the bank. 7, 1951 Ford Crestline, $6,000, Carlisle, Kentucky. Taking it back to the early 50s, we've got a 1951 Ford Crestline. At first glance, it's already appealing because of its curvy, post-war styling. But under the skin, this one's been updated for more modern power and reliability. Instead of the original flathead, it's running a rebuilt small-block Ford 302 engine, paired with an automatic transmission and a Ford 9-inch rear end. That makes it much more usable on today's roads compared to a stock setup. The seller also notes that it has many new parts, which means someone has already invested both time and money into getting this car dialed in. With its black exterior finish, this Crestline is a great starting point for anyone who wants a classic that already has modern mechanical upgrades. At $6,000, it's a very accessible entry into the classic car world. Whether you plan to keep it as is or go further, with custom touches, hot rod styling, or even a full restoration. 8. 1964 Ford Galaxy 500, $10,000, North Olmsted, Ohio. Here's another Ford Galaxy 500, this time a 1964 model, one of the most recognizable big Fords of the era. It's got a white exterior with a red interior, a color combo that always looks sharp and timeless. The seller notes that this car has had headers added, which likely gives it a deeper, throatier exhaust note compared to stock. Otherwise, it's described as being in good condition, running and driving well. With only 2 owners over its lifetime, it's clearly been in good hands. The 64 Galaxy is a favorite among enthusiasts because of its wide stance, stacked headlights, and clean body lines. It's the kind of car you can take to local shows or enjoy on weekend cruises, and with its manual transmission, it'll give you that connected, classic driving experience. At $10,000, it's right on the mark for someone who wants a big, stylish Ford with character and history. 9. 1969 Plymouth Fury 3, $10,000, Dubuque, Iowa. Next up is a real cruiser, a 1969 Plymouth Fury 3 convertible. Finished in red with a black power top, this is a car designed for summer driving with plenty of room for family or friends. Under the hood sits a 383 cubic inch V8, and the seller says it runs great. The power convertible top works, and the car runs, drives, and stops just as it should. The power windows, radio, wipers, and lights all function, which is always good news with a car of this age. The interior does need some love, and the convertible top material will eventually need to be recovered. But overall, this is a solid car with great bones, and the Big Fury offers loads of space and a smooth ride. Priced at $10,000 or best offer, it's an appealing opportunity to own a full-size Mopar convertible without paying the premium that models like the GTX or Roadrunner would demand. 10. 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix, $1,500, Johnstown, Ohio. Finally, here's one for the bargain hunters, a 1969 Pontiac Grand Prix listed at just $1,500. Now this isn't a turnkey driver, it's either a project or a parts car. The seller explains it was inherited from an estate without a title, which makes it tricky for some buyers. That said, the car itself is quite complete. It originally came with air conditioning, power steering, front disc brakes, a 400 cubic inch V8, and a center console with a floor shifter. The bucket seats are missing, but otherwise most of the car is intact. The seller mentions it has a lot of good parts, and they're even willing to help load it, though a winch would be best. At $1,500, this could be a good deal for someone who needs parts to finish another Pontiac project, or for someone willing to go through the process of getting it titled and restored. Either way, it's proof that you can still find classic Pontiacs for budget-friendly prices, even if they need a lot of work.